Okay, so we're going to talk about how to make the Angry Bird. Here's a little Angry Bird. He's only been bisque fired, but I'll start out with the beginning. And so the beginning directions tell you to start out with a pinch pot. And if you remember a pinch pot, we start out by rolling our clay in a ball. You want to roll it in your hands because your hands are curvy. The table is not curvy, so you won't get a good round ball. So you take your clay, roll it in a nice ball, and you want your ball not to have cracks in it. If you've got cracks in your ball, you're going to have cracks in your pinch pot. So I have a round ball. Take my other hand, push it into the middle of the ball, and I'm going to pinch and turn and pinch and turn and pinch and turn. Notice while I'm pinching and turning, only my thumb is inside, and I'm turning the clay and I'm pinching it way down to the tip of my thumb, down on the bottom, and I'm working my way up. I'm kind of spiraling up the clay, around and around, back down to the bottom. Pinch and turn, pinch and turn, pinch and turn, pinch and turn. You don't want to stretch the clay too wide. That's why you only put a thumb inside. You don't want to pull it with your other fingers. Clay is elastic and it will stretch, but if you overstretch it, you'll end up with all those cracks. So the next thing you want to do for your Angry Bird project is you want to take a tool. On the inside, you want to write your name with a tool. And your room number. I don't have a number, it's art. Okay? Before we start making the parts, the details to our Angry Bird, I want to talk about how to attach things to clay. You want to do a technique that is called scoring and slipping. So let's say I wanted to add something to this piece of clay. I'm just going to make a ball, okay? Let's say I wanted to add this ball to it. Now, it seems like a great idea that I could stick it on, and it seems like it's on. But once it dries, the ball's going to dry at a different speed than the base, and they're going to come apart. So that isn't going to be a successful attachment. How you attach it is, I figured out a really easy way. If you take a toothbrush and you dip it in, this is vinegar water, or we use it we call it slip. Sometimes it gets kind of muddy colored, and it works great as the way to attach. So you put your toothbrush in and you scratch your clay with the toothbrush on both parts and with the vinegar, and then they're going to stick. Now the last part of it is called blending, and you can use a finger or a tool. And blending is where you take the two pieces of clay and you blend them together. So we actually, it looks like they're one whole piece. So you go in, if you look closely, okay, you blend the two pieces of clay together. You mix them together so that they look like one piece of clay. Okay, and you want to go all the way around to blend those pieces in. So scoring is when I scratch it, and I scratched it using the toothbrush, so that made my life easier, and the toothbrush already had the slip on it, so you scratch it on both pieces that are going to touch, attach them, and then you blend them together. Okay, that's how you attach two pieces of clay. Okay, now I'm going to go over how to make all of those parts. So first thing your Angry Bird needs is two eyes. So again, you're going to turn it upside down. It's an upside down pinch pot. And you're going to take from your clay and you're going to break it off into two pieces and make two little peas. Okay, I have two little peas. I'm going to take those peas and I have to decide, do I want them to stick out like this guy's eyes do, or do I want them flat? If I want them flat, I smush them in my finger, make little pancakes. I'm going to score my clay on both pieces, the little eyeballs, and stick them, and stick them, blend them around the edges. Now if you want your eyes looking in a direction, you can dot your eyes, put the pupil of the eye in. Okay, so I've blended it all the way around. Put a little dot where my eyes are looking. This guy's looking a little bit to the side. Okay. Now I need to give him a beak. This is a little tricky, but not too hard. So take your clay, flatten it out like a little pancake. Okay. However thick you want it to be. See the thickness? Not too thick. Lay it down on your table. Cut out a diamond. Boom. Boom. And boom. Boom. There's a diamond. See that shape? Take the diamond, fold it in half, and now it's a beak. I'm going to score and slip the back of the beak. Score and slip where the beak is going to go on the face. And attach my beak. See how it already looks like a bird now that it has a beak on it? And the bottom. Okay, so here's my beak. You can decide, is it going to be open? Those angry birds are usually peeping a lot, so their mouths are usually open. Now he needs 2 wings, one on each side, because those little birds jump around. So I need to make 2 balls of clay about the same size. One ball. Ball number 2. And I'm going to smush them. And smush them. And I'm going to put a little texture on them because wings are made with feathers. So I'm going to put some feather pattern on them. And I'm going to score and slip the side of my pinch pot. And add them. Now for the wings, I'm actually only going to blend the top because I want the wings to kind of stick out of the bird. So you blend the top. I'll put on the other wing. And I'm going to blend the top. There we go. Okay. Oops, got a little dry clay on. Okay, so here's my bird so far. And right now I got this ugly wrinkle in here. I'm going to erase that. I could use a tool. I could use my finger. Okay. Now my bird needs a tail feather. Okay. Because this is a 3-dimensional sculpture, so we want something on the back. Make it interesting. So again, I'm going to take a ball. A lot of balls of clay to make this. Smush it. And I'm going to put the feather design on it also. And I'm going to do it on both sides because you can kind of see the back of it. Okay, score and slip the back of your bird. You don't want to get it too wet either or it's going to collapse. And just like the the wings, I'm going to add the tail feather, but I'm only going to blend it on the bottom this time. So down here I'm going to blend it. Okay, so there's his little tail feather. He's got his wings. Now he's ready for his personality feather. This is the one that you're going to add on top. And then the next screen I'll show you a couple of different angry birds so you can get an idea. See this guy, I actually gave him little eyebrows too. You can give him eyebrows and then the personality feather, his goes up off the top. But you know what, this guy I'm going to make him a little different. You decide. But I'm going to make this one, he's going to have a cowlick that goes up both ways. So he's going to have a curling left and a curling right. Okay, see that? I'm going to score the top of his head. Put it on. Don't push too hard or you'll get a big dent in his head. And I'm going to blend it. And here we go. So there's my angry bird with his personality feather on the top, his eyes, mouth, 2 wings, 1 wing on each side, and the tail feather. It'll be a lot easier to see once it dries because it will lighten up, and then I will talk with you about how we want to paint them. So you want to plan out now what it looks like, give it a little sketch, and then plan out your colors. Good luck. Okay, so sometimes you have to start over again, or you weren't able to get it finished, or you had issues. So what are you going to do to store your project? You're going to get one of these Tupperware containers, and you're going to make sure it has today's day, your day number that you have art. So if you have art on day 1, this is the bin you want. Then you need your number. This is your classroom number or your book number or your Chromebook number. So I would be number 26. This would be my container for my clay project. You're going to get a natural sponge. You want to put it in the sink, get it wet with cold water, and you want to squeeze it out. Squeeze it out so it's wet, not so, look, I'm squeezing it, it doesn't drip. It's wet though. I will put that in my cup, in my container. And I will store my Angry Bird in there. Carefully close it up, snap the container tight, and my Angry Bird will go on the shelf until next week. And then I can add and finish the rest of the project. Okay? Have a good day.